Now, Republican Duncan Hunter is a man who ran on family values. Well, now he is being charged with illegally using campaign contributions to finance numerous extramarital affairs with lobbyists and in congressional aides. Yeah. Okay. Now, stunning details about the married congressman's alleged affairs were outlined in a government court filing. Prosecutors took a deep dive into his life and found some very disturbing things. Now, according to those prosecutors, the congressman had spent thousands of dollars on 5 different women that he was engaged in alleged affairs with. Now, those those women were either all lobbyists or congressional staffers. Now, I know the saying, the politicians are, of course, they're in bed with the lobbyists, right? Well, Duncan Hunter just made it literal. Wow. Okay. Now, Hunter's donors, according to CNN, unknowingly paid for drinks, food, a ski vacation, a road trip to the beach, and hotel stays with the 5 different women that he was seeing on the side. First of all, who's got time for that? To be married and then have 5 side chicks. How does that happen? How do you have time for? Aren't you supposed to be representing, like, your constituents? Are you actually supposed to be doing things? That's amazing. Okay, more. They also paid for the Uber rides, the campaign contributors, that he would take from the women's homes after hooking up with them. In one case, prosecutors said that Mr. Hunter was romantically involved with a lobbyist and began staying at her home while occasionally spending campaign funds for food and beverages. Now, another case that they pointed out was when Mr. Hunter flew to Reno, Nevada in January 2010, ostensibly to attend a convention for a nonprofit group. After a brief stop at the convention, Mr. Hunter and the lobbyist headed towards a ski resort near Lake Tahoe, where they spent the weekend skiing and ordering room service. Prosecutors said Mr. Hunter used campaign funds to rent the car, paid for the hotel tab, and for a flight back to Washington. The document said that the intimate nature of these relationships is an essential element of the crimes charged in the indictment. And that's, of course, why we get into Duncan Hunter's dirty laundry. Look, I don't really care the fact that he had 5 different mistresses, right? Other than the fact, of course, that it's pretty hypocritical when you call yourself a pro-family values Republican. But generally, I don't really care about somebody's personal life. But he is using campaign contributions. Now, at the same time, for the big donors, the big corporations, whatever, that donate to Duncan Hunter's campaign, defense contractors, health insurance companies, I do not cry for them, right? I don't shed a tear for those giant corporations. Go ahead and, hey, you gave your money to Duncan Hunter so he can waste it on his affairs. It was a sad day for you. I don't care. But if you're a Republican donor, like just a regular person who thinks, oh man, Duncan Hunter, he's going to represent me, so I'm going to give him my hard-earned $5, right, from my campaign. He spit in your face. He's laughing at you. You gave me that money. I just spent it on margaritas for, one of my mistresses. Ha ha, you're a sucker. I mean, look, that's what he's saying to all of you. If you're a donor to Duncan Hunter, then you just got screwed. There's more. In another incident in 2015, Hunter allegedly took a House leadership aide out for cocktails and then took an Uber back to his office after they spent the night together. Both expenses were charged to the campaign account. Now, the filing also says that Hunter, who has developed a reputation on Capitol Hill for drinking heavily and carousing, used campaign money to pursue, quote, clearly non-work-related activity during get-togethers with close personal friends. Now, prosecutors declined to elaborate further, saying that the sensitive conduct could, quote, potentially taint the jury pool. Well, look, that wouldn't be the only pool that apparently Duncan Hunter has tainted. So, look, again, he's spending the donor money, right? Again, if you're a Republican donor, you should be irate about this. He used it to cheat on his wife and I think if you're a fiscal conservative, right, he used it to maintain a lifestyle that was clearly beyond his means. Prosecutors described the couple so mired in debt that they had less than $1,000 in their bank account between the years 2009 and 2017. They owed money to stores like Macy's and Home Depot. They also had begun falling behind on their children's tuition payments and had missed numerous mortgage payments. But you know what? Thank goodness for that donor money to help them continue to keep up their lifestyle, which included flying their pet rabbit cross country. That is a real story. That is a thing that actually happened. He's just wasting your money, and he's laughing about it. I mean, whatever happened to personal responsibility? These people were living way outside their means, and they had no personal responsibility. They were not responsible for their money. And you want to talk about millennials getting coffee or eating avocado toast? This guy is flying pet rabbits across the country and then throwing a whole bunch of money at 5 different women that he's having sex with, allegedly. I mean, come on, man. Now, not only this, it gets better, okay? So now, when some of this investigations started cropping up and started troubling Mr. Hunter, he decided that he was going to throw his wife under the bus. Now, this is what he said in August of last year when confronted.
Well, I'm saying when I went to Iraq in 2003, the first time I gave her power of attorney, and she handled my finances throughout my entire military career, and that continued on when I got into Congress because I'm gone 5 days a week. I'm home for 2. So and she was also the campaign manager. So whatever she did on that'll be looked at too, I'm sure. But I didn't do it. I didn't spend any money illegally. I did not use campaign money, especially for Wounded Warrior stuff. There's no way.
Maybe not for Wounded Warrior stuff, but maybe for butt stuff. Just saying. Or whatever stuff that you were into with your 5 different mistresses. No judging, just saying. Well, actually, I am judging that you were using other people's money to do it. Now, look. So now he blames her, right? And then it comes out later that he cheated on his wife. So now, of course, what's his wife going to do? She's going to obviously be 100% irate. So now, Margaret Hunter recently pleaded guilty this month to 1 corruption count and then agreed to testify against her husband. Uh-oh. Oh, that's going to be fun, right? So now what does Hunter say? Well, of course, it's a partisan political witch hunt, right? He says, quote, "This is all going to trial. So you have criminally political prosecutors in this case. This is a personal smear campaign." He added, "I'm not going to talk about the allegations. We're going to trial. And I look forward to battling this out in trial." Okay, let's go to trial. Let it all come out. Look, so now he's facing some serious charges, right? This is about 60 criminal charges, including conspiracy, theft of campaign money, and wire fraud. So there's a possibility that he could face some serious prison time. Seems to be in a little bit of trouble, not the very least with his wife. Right? Again, not light charges. Yet, even while he was under investigation for this stuff, Republicans still voted him in. Now, isn't that amazing? It's unbelievable. Thinking between Donald Trump and Duncan Hunter, Republicans apparently love to support alleged criminals, con artists, and adulterers. So much for being pro-family and pro-following the law. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.